So when you hear beep, 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 beep constantly, don't be mad at someone. They are probably trying to communicate something. Hey, welcome back to yet another video. I'm so thrilled that you're here. If you're new here, my name is Tim. Thank you so much for coming. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming back. Well, today I am going to be talking about things not to do in Kampala. Things not to do in Uganda. You guys, there are just some things you can't afford to do while in Uganda. Do not get angry when people beep at you. Beeping on the roads, beeping on the streets of Kampala or in the streets of Uganda is like a way of communicating, basically, So when you hear beep, 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 beep constantly, don't be mad at someone. They are probably trying to communicate something. When someone beeps at you constantly, they are probably asking you to let them pass by you if you can't go any faster. Normally it's a beep. Sometimes you just hear beep. It's a hi. Someone is saying hi. Taxis, bodas, private cars, like you just hear a lot of beep beep, different tones, different, in different lengths. They mean different things. It is basically a way of communicating in Uganda. Another one is don't say no to food offers. It's offensive. Okay, let me tell you, Ugandans love to share food. Like we share cooked food, raw food, we share food. We love sharing food. It's like a way of appreciating you or showing you they love you or we love you. We share food a lot. When you say no to a food offer, it's very painful and very offensive for a Ugandan. So please don't say no to food offers. It's very very common to go to a place and someone gives you live hen, or a bunch of matoke or a basket of potatoes, or we just give out food. We love sharing food, so don't say no to food. We share a lot of food. Another one is don't leave your stuff with random people when in Uganda, and this can be applied to most places in the world. Yes, Ugandans are very hospitable, very friendly people, very nice people, but just don't leave your stuff with random people. Chances are you're going to be robbed, you're going to get robbed, and you may never find that person again. So be careful with your stuff, especially with expensive things of value. If you have things that you really value, don't just leave them with random people. That's where I advise people, especially if you're new in the country, you are a tourist, you might not be a tourist, you might just be a visitor, you might be someone that is new in the country. Carry a backpack. Always have a backpack where you can carry your laptop, your valuables, basically something that you can go with everywhere. You can walk with it into a washroom, do your business and get out. Don't leave your stuff with random people. Yes, we are very nice people and everything, but you may cry at the end of the day. You may fail to get your stuff. Do not go to the touristy places if you can avoid it. There are other places to see in Kampala. You just have to put on your adventurous boots and go out. Why do I say that? You can go to the touristy places, but I'm saying they will be very, very expensive. They are quite expensive, to tell you the truth. Those places are quite expensive. Most Ugandans don't even go to them. Don't go to only the touristy places. Go to other places as well. They might be cheaper, give you the same service, And so think about that as well. Another one that is making me smile. Do not trust Ugandans to be very punctual. It is a problem here in Uganda that almost everyone complains about that. Like, we don't keep time. We hardly keep time for anything, by the way, for anything. If you want Ugandans to be in a place at 1 p.m., tell them the meeting time is at midday or 11:30 or at 11. Like, give them at least 2 hours or 1 hour before the exact time that you want them there, because they will not be there on time. We will not be there on time, most of us anyways, including me. I am not so good at time management. When a Ugandan tells me I'm just around the corner, give it some 1 hour or 45 minutes for them to get to you. I'm just around the corner. It's a very common statement. I'm around the corner, or I'll be there shortly. Sit down, relax, pick out your laptop, do some work, order your food, eat something, do something, find something to keep you busy, and just don't get offended, because it's not going to end today. It hasn't started just today. It has been going on for a while. And so, yeah, don't trust Google Maps so much when in Uganda. Number one, most of our streets, I don't know if they even have names. Some of our streets or our roads don't really have names. So you get to a place and you don't know where you are, and chances are you'll just get lost unless you're in the city center. If you're in the city center, yeah, it's safe to use the Google Maps. But out of the city center, out of town, in faraway places, out of the city, let's say out of the city, be very careful using Google Maps. You might get lost. We don't even know some of the street names here. Be very careful. Do not get tired of being treated nicely by Ugandans, or for real, Ugandans. I don't know if you've heard of it before. I know you've heard of it before. Ugandans are so friendly. Like, Ugandans are so friendly, especially to foreigners. Like, there's this, actually, people, okay, the locals complain a lot, like we treat foreigners with a different kind of love, so don't get tired of being treated nicely while in Uganda, because chances are you're going to be treated really nice. You may not even want to go back to your country. No, Ugandans treat people very nicely, especially foreigners. It doesn't matter where you're from. You're from America or Europe or any other African country that is not Ugandan. Even Kenyans or Ugandans will treat you with this extra niceness, so don't get tired of it. Enjoy it. It's a nice feeling to be treated nicely. So yeah, do not expect all drivers to follow traffic rules. Ugandans are not so good with following traffic rules unless they see a traffic officer, a traffic policeman around the corner, or they know that's where the traffic police is at most times. Ugandans don't follow traffic rules. So be very careful, especially if you're a pedestrian. Be very careful, because you might think you're on a zebra crossing, and out of the blue, out of nowhere, the border will pass by. We'll literally pass by you, even if they're supposed to be waiting for you to cross the road. It's a zebra crossing after all. But we don't, like most Ugandans, don't follow those rules unless there is a traffic police around the corner. Not get upset when the locals stare at you. They are not staring at you because they want to make you feel out of place. It's especially for the people who are white. Yeah, chances are if you're African, or you're African American, or you're dark skinned, you have melanin like this, chances are they might not overly stare at you unless you speak and you have a different accent. If you're white, meanwhile, if you're white or Asian, Indians not so much, because we have a lot of Indians here, and so it's like people are used to seeing Indians a lot. We also have a lot of white people, but there's a way white people get extra attention. So do not feel offended when they stare at you. Most times they're just staring because you're different, but it doesn't mean they want to do something or harm you or anything like that. No, people do that, especially if you go downtown. There'll be a lot of staring and stuff like that, but it's not because they want to harm you or anything. No, they're just seeing someone who looks different from them, and they're probably wondering, what is this person doing in this part of town, or what is this person doing in this part of the country, or what is this person doing in this part of the world. So it's all those things. Oh my god, don't crucify me for saying this, but do not think everyone is poor and they are trying to rob you of your money. I'm saying this very slowly because I have met a couple of people who are not Ugandans, who always think Ugandans are out to rob them or steal from them. Yes, there are people who are always out there looking for their next victim, looking for who to rob, but it does not necessarily mean everyone that gives you a price to something is trying to rob you, or anyone that gives you a certain service and asks for a certain amount of money is trying to rob you. A lot of people I have met, a lot of white people I have met, who always go like, how much did you pay for that? Because I paid this much. And yes, there are those prices that are always going to be given to you because you do not look like me, you do not speak like me. Yes, there are those prices that are going to be given to you, but it does not necessarily mean they are robbing you or they want to rob you. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah, not everyone is trying to rob you. Some people will give you genuine prices. Someone will give you real genuine prices. The same amount of money that I will be told is the same amount of money that you will be told. So not everyone out there is trying to rob you of your money. But still, be careful. There are people who will want to, I'm saying there is a majority that may not want to rob you, but there is also a certain amount of people, a certain number of people that will look at you, look at your skin tone, look at the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you look, and they will just assume this one has money. Yes, this one has money because he's white, because he's a Mzungu, so they will ask for much more than they would ask from me. So yeah, do not drink water straight from the tap. No, we don't do that here. We do not do that here. You will get sick. You will get typhoid. Like, typhoid is serious. Do not drink water straight from the tap. I mean, I see it a lot in the movies, or someone just gets a glass and goes to the tap and opens and drinks the water. Don't do that while in Uganda, unless the water is boiled. Yes, you can drink tap water, but it has to be boiled in order to be drinkable. So you have to boil it before you drink it. And then there's also other alternatives for drinking water. There is bottled water. So many brands of drinking water that is safe for you to drink. Brands that have been approved by the Uganda National Bureau, the UNBS. Brands that have been approved by UNBS. So those ones you can drink. You can get them at almost any place in this country. Any place, even the most rural places that only, I'm just talking about the most rural place you can think of in Uganda. You can get bottled water. So do not drink water straight from the tap or anything like that. It's not safe. Do not drive on the right side of the road. We drive on the left side of the road. So chances are when you drive on the right, you're going to cause accidents for yourself, for other road users. So, but also as you're driving, for those of you who drive, you'll notice the direction that the other cars are taking, and you can always follow the other direction and stuff like that. So thank you so much for staying to the end. I love you so much for staying to the end of the video. Please don't forget to like this video, share the video, and also subscribe to my channel. Also, when you subscribe, please don't forget to hit that notification bell. You see that bell there on the subscribe, there is a bell. Then go to, yeah, don't forget to. See you again in my next video. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.